How to Change Your Life. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, changing your life is all about reprogramming your subconscious mind, because it is your subconscious mind where your beliefs are stored, and they are a transmitter to the law of attraction on a default basis. All the time they're sending out their signal, whatever that belief is. And the law of attraction is hooking you up with whatever matches that, and that's what your physical world is all about. So we are the projector, and that movie is our life. And if we want that movie to change, we got to change the broadcast to the law of attraction, and that means we got to change those subconscious beliefs. Ultimately, that's the only thing that's really going to change your life on any kind of permanent basis. And I know there's lots of things out there that you can look at and do to get things to change. But unless the things that you're doing are changing the beliefs in your subconscious mind, any of that stuff's going to be temporary. And a lot of that, the beliefs that we picked up, as we know from being a child growing up, those beliefs got formed from faulty information. A lot of those are faulty beliefs. And so we are broadcasting a lot of this low vibration to the law of attraction, and that is the reason our life is the way it is. Anything you look at in your life that you don't like and it seems to be there, and it has been there, that is 100% what's going on. And once you know that, then you're back in the driver's seat, because you can use your conscious mind to reprogram your subconscious. And the way that you do that is through deconstruction and reconstruction. See, what I'm teaching here is not to just have a positive focus just for some arbitrary reason. It's to notice when you're negatively focused and then deconstruct those thoughts that are low vibration, they're out of alignment, into thoughts that are accurate and true with life. And they will feel good. That's your positive thoughts right there when you do that. And when you do that consistently, then you are displacing those faulty beliefs in your subconscious with the natural beliefs. So just let's take a look at because the way that we grow up without the creative process, the knowledge of life, we get a lot of faulty information, and we have no belief about why we came here. We don't get any of that when we're growing up. We don't know the wholeness of who we are. We don't get any of that. And we don't know that life is set up to work for us all the time, always serving us at all times, no matter what it is. And even that statement may sound weird, because you might be thinking, well, I got all kinds of things in my life that I don't like the way they are, and how is it that they are serving me? See, if you have that question, that's just proof of what I'm saying. You should always know how something is serving you. And when you don't, that's because we didn't get the knowledge of life. So because of that, because all that missing information and the faulty information that kind of filled in the absence of the true knowledge of life, we have beliefs that say, well, I'm not sure if I can have what I want. And I'm not sure how I am going to get it. And I have to figure it out. I got to do something to figure out how to get what I want. And I'm not sure if I'm worthy or deserving to have it. And I'm not sure if I'm doing the right things to have what I want. And I don't know why my life is not working, and I don't know how to get it to work. And I could add in there that when things don't go my way, it must be because of something in the world around me, because of people, what they're doing. It must be because of that stuff outside of me. So you can see that life from faulty beliefs is a very shaky, uncertain life that has no choice but to leave us to work hard, and figuring that the whole load is on us to make our life work. And if we don't, then you know, what we get is what we get. And even when we work hard, or do the right things, what people call the right things and whatnot, we still don't know for sure how that's going to turn out and if it's going to last, because that's another thing, that even if you get things going, then you start to worry, are they going to keep going? Is it going to keep flowing the way that I want it to go? So there's uncertainty there. It's just absolutely complete uncertainty when you live with faulty beliefs. And you all, I'm sure, know it, and to some capacity in your life you have felt it, if you're maybe even still feeling it now in certain ways in your life. So we know that we got to get those things out of our subconscious mind. We got to get those old beliefs out of there, because those things are broadcasting to the law of attraction, and then that's what's setting up as our life. And when people come to us in a way that's unpleasant, and when circumstances seem to be going against us, and it just seems to be a hard go, and all of that kind of thing, that is because of those faulty beliefs. That's exactly what's happening. There's nothing else going on there. It's just as simple as that. And that makes it simple because when it's all about that, and we know how to change that programming, then we can get our life back in order to have it manifesting in the way that we want it to manifest. And that is the natural cycle of life, the joyous expansion, that when we have experience of contrast and then the expansion and then the receiving, and then we have more asking, and that cycle goes around. And when we have our natural beliefs, of course, then we can receive all those things that life causes us to ask for, and we can live our satisfying life that we came for. So what we want to get into our subconscious mind is the knowledge of life, and that is, we want to know why we came here, and we want to know the wholeness of who we are, and we want to know how life is set up to work out such that it is serving us at all times. And so that's what my book, The Book of Life, gives you. It gives you that accurate, full knowledge of life so that you have natural beliefs that support the things that you want, support the way you want to live your life, and allow you to live it in the way that you want to live it. So beliefs that you take on once you have the knowledge of life are, I'm sure I can have what I want, and I know why. I don't care about how I'm going to get it, but I'm excited about how it will come. I don't have to figure out a way to get it. That's none of my business. See, my inner being takes care of that. I'm not sure, or I am sure, I should say, I'm sure that I am worthy and deserving to have everything that I want. I know exactly what to do to receive the path to what I want. It's unconditional feel-good. And you see, as you understand this knowledge of life, you can see how you can feel unconditionally good because the way that it's all set up to work naturally for you. So you can just look forward to everything. You look forward to the contrast, which is the asking. You're knowing that the expansion, which is that new experience, is set up automatically for you. And then you're excited about the receiving. So it's just a good ride, the whole thing, from top to bottom. And that's unconditional feel-good. You don't need any conditions because you know everything is set up to work out for you. And you also believe, I always know exactly why my life is working or not and how to change it. And I am responsible for everything about my life because it's all about my vibration. And that's a beautiful thing because I can be in charge of my vibration to change that and have it any way that I like. So you can see the massive difference between the information we grow up with and the beliefs that it causes, and the really accurate knowledge of life and the beliefs that causes. So now the task at hand is we want to take this natural knowledge of life and beliefs and we want to overlay it into our subconscious mind and basically push out all those old faulty beliefs so that the way we're going to be broadcasting now is going to be transmitting high vibration signal to the law of attraction because we feel certain of having what we want. We know how it's all taken care of, all the details, and that as we are enjoying our day and focused on the positive aspects of things, looking forward to our dreams and desires manifesting, knowing everybody in our life is just a vibrational feedback. Nobody's doing anything to us. Our past wasn't a nasty thing in any way. It was just all contrast from the energy that we had going, and that caused more expansion for us. We just look at everything, and we see how it's serving us, and it all feels good. And that's the transmission to the law of attraction. And then, of course, the movie is the way that we want it to be, because it's going to allow all those things that we want that are in our vibrational reality to come flowing into our life. So let's carry this a little bit further in terms of the deconstruction, reconstruction. So as you're doing that deconstruction, reconstruction process, at first you're going to vacillate between stages 3 and 4. You're going to start to get into stage 4 where you're feeling that high vibration, that unconditional feel good. You're calm, you're at ease. You don't care about the circumstances. They just don't bother you anymore. You know what they are, you know why they're there, and you know what the value and how they're serving you. So you're able to stay in a good feeling place even when your life is still presenting from that old momentum and it hasn't quite changed in terms of what's manifesting yet. But as you're learning to get back into your natural beliefs of life, you will have circumstances that will bring you back to stage 3, and you got to deconstruct them and reconstruct them, and then you get back into stage 4, and then something else happens and you find yourself in stage 3, and then it just goes on like that, and you keep staying in stage 4 more and more and more. And as you're more and more in stage 4, because you're not being bothered or upset with anything, and your vibration is more naturally staying high, you're more positively focused. Things are not getting your attention like they used to in a negative way. You're just holding steady on that positive viewpoint. Then you're moving into stages 5, 6, and 7, and you could go up to these higher stages and then get pulled back to stage 3 again, right? And it keeps going like that until you're so solid that now you're not going back to stage 3 anymore. Nothing will pull you down. You just see it, and you know what it is, how it's serving you, and it's all good. So that's the mastery. That's the mastery level of your vibration, where you're choosing your thoughts moment by moment around any kind of circumstance and seeing how it's serving you. So it's always going to be a good feeling thought. And if to just put that point home a little bit further, so this is the way that we tend to be living. As our physical life goes down into something we don't like, our emotional life goes down. And then our physical life comes up, and our emotional life goes up. And this is what they call the emotional roller coaster. So our emotions just follow the physical. And that's not mastery at all. That's just feeling emotion by default. That's sort of, and then as you do that, then you're basically, from that vibration, you're asking for the same thing. So it's creation by default of those faulty beliefs, and you just sort of stay in that same pattern your whole life unless you change by doing the deconstruction, reconstruction. So as the physical goes down and you receive the negative emotion, instead of going with it, it's at this point you do the deconstruction, reconstruction on this low point, and you pull yourself back up. And then you keep doing that every time the physical goes down into a place you don't like. You just do that deconstruction, reconstruction, pull yourself back up emotionally. And then eventually you end up here. This is stages 4 and up. Your emotion stays up while your physical goes up and down. And then eventually your physical actually stays up more often. Now, you're always going to have contrast, but it's not going to be the kind of extreme contrast that we have now because of the faulty beliefs. So this is moving into our high vibration life, where we're a master of our mind, our thought choices, and so our emotion is always going to be in the positive zone, because we're not allowing the physical world to determine how we feel about things. We are going to look at it and we're going to see how it's serving us, and then we're going to look at it from a positive aspect perspective. And of course, that includes the joy of the new experience on the way. Because of that contrasting experience that we don't like, our inner being sets up that one that we do. And as we're very tuned into all of this, how this works, we just feel good all the time. We're not bothered. We're not worried about anything. We know it's all set up to work out for us. And as we keep that positive focus, it all flows into our life. So this is the process of changing your life. And that's the reprogramming process of your subconscious mind. That's how it happens. And you just keep doing that day after day as things show up, as a negative emotion comes. Remember, that's the indicator. The emotion is just the indicator, whether it's positive or negative. Negative emotion just tells you your thoughts out of alignment, and so now you go into the deconstruction of that and reconstruct it. And positive emotion means that you're there. You're already at the alignment of your thoughts with who you are and why you're here, and how things are set up to work out for you and what you want. And so you just keep going with those kinds of thoughts, because that's allows your life to flow as you like. But it's when you hit that negative emotion, that's your messenger to tell you that you've slipped out of alignment with your thoughts and you want to bring them back in. And as you do that consistently each day on all topics, then you bring yourself back into your natural high vibration state of mind, and you're living always in those upper stages of 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's what we came for. But we got handed out those faulty beliefs, so it pulled us down into stage 3. And we didn't actually even know, we don't even know how to do stage 3 until you get stage 1 and 2, which is the information that allows you to deconstruct and reconstruct. And that's in my books. As I show in that video, the 7 stages of manifestation change. Stage 1 is the information in the books that give us that new sort of library of information that we didn't have. And so with it, we can now we can be in stage 3, and we can feel the negative emotion, and we can know it means our thoughts are out of alignment, and we know how to bring it back into alignment. And it does take some practice to get good at deconstruction and reconstruction, but as the more you practice it, the better it gets, the easier it gets, and then the more you are up into stage 4, you're more solid in your high vibration. You're not as reactive, you're not as bothered, and you're getting more solid each day as you keep doing that. And then you will reprogram your subconscious mind. You will displace those faulty beliefs. You will purify it with natural high vibration beliefs. And then your broadcast to the law of attraction is always going to be high vibration. And you are going to be flowing in your natural high vibration life. And that's what we came for. Okay, that's the message for today. Thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, leave them on the post. And enjoy your day.